Hey there. Well, today I did something. I transplanted a root sucker over here. And last year, as a lot of you know, I had presented a theory to you about pawpaws and apple trees as companions. Give it a little bit more water. This right here is a root sucker that came up this year. I cut it loose from the mother stump to see if it was willing to live. Getting a little bit of wilt going on here. I brought my snips out here. We're going to try to eliminate some of the stress that's going to be going through, because I'm not so worried about how much more it's going to grow now, but keeping it alive. And like I said, I just want to get rid of stress. And that little pawpaw right there, incidentally, has been in full sun for all summer so far. And like I said, it just came up this year. And it's already over 3 foot tall. That being said, last year I had came up with an idea concerning pawpaws and the apple tree. And one of the things that I wanted to try is I'm going to plant pawpaws around this apple tree. I've got an oak tree right there and one back that way that I'm going to have to take out and kill the stump to it so it don't try to grow back. But it's a plan that I wanted to share. I've got 3 of them over here already. Small one back here that I had grafted last year, or this year. That's an overleaf. The bigger one, it's just a wild pawpaw as far as I know. Don't know what variety it may or may not be. I have no idea. But it's producing flowers. And then I had this one right here that I grafted last year. That's a sunflower. I've shared that with you guys many a time. It's got flower sets for next year. The thought that I had shared was the idea that the pawpaw will help benefit the apple tree. And it was a theory that I'd shared, and I figured, you know what, let's go on with that theory and let's go ahead and see if I can prove or disprove what it was I was talking about. And that being said, the pawpaw, it flowers before the apple tree. And the pawpaw, it has toxins within that tree that are deadly to insects in general, with the exception of the caterpillar from the zebra swallow-tailed butterfly. That tree is a host for that butterfly. But we don't have them around here. I haven't seen any around here. But that being said, the flower of that pawpaw will come out before the flowers of the apple tree. And the flies and insects going after the nectar, I believe, are actually thinning themselves out. They're actually killing themselves off. But while they're doing that, they're pollinating the pawpaws. And I would think that if it's killing the flies off, well then that would be beneficial to the apple tree. It's flies and winged insects that pollinate the pawpaw. It's flies and honeybees and other bees that pollinate the apple. Now, what I do believe does happen is when the fly is pollinating that apple tree, it's laying an egg into that flower, and as that apple develops, there's a maggot that gets inside of that apple tree, and it's what we call wormy apples. I have some apples laying on the ground from the storm that have blowed in here. See if I can find one. I've got two of them here. And I'm looking all over it. And I'm looking all over this one. And I'm not seeing much in the way of wormholes. It doesn't mean there's no worms in there, because I'm looking up through the tree and I'm seeing wormholes inside of some of the apples. There's one right there that's very, very clean. There's one there that looks pretty clean. That tree got loaded with apples this year. Last year, the tree got wiped out by squirrels. They came in and took all the apples before I had an opportunity to harvest apples out of there. But this is just something that I wanted to share that I'm up to, is I'm going to try to surround this whole tree with pawpaws. The pawpaws will benefit one another as far as pollination, and I do believe the pawpaws will benefit that apple tree, and we'll see what happens. It's just something that I wanted to share with you. Pawpaws, amazing little trees to deal with, and that's fixing, as you can see, to be in the full sun. And it should be able to deal with it because, like I said, it was in full sun where I dug it up at. Give it a little bit more water and end this little conversation here. I'll leave this right here so I have more water for it later on. Tuck it back into the shade so it don't get hot. Anyway, my name is Jim. If you like what you see, subscribe. Don't forget to click on that bell for notifications. Any comments or questions that you may have, I welcome. You all have a God blessed day.